Premier League clubs are monitoring Nicolas Jackson's situation at Chelsea. Jackson's lack of form, poor discipline and the arrivals of Liam Delap and João Pedro mean his game time will decrease further. One source has told Sky Sports News that Manchester United are among those clubs.
Dharmesh, there was a time when Chelsea were doing business and we all giggled behind our hands. We don't do that anymore because it looks like they've done brilliant business and they've got their squad right. Do we expect them to actually do more business in this window?
I think when you talk about more business, I think they'll always be open to doing business, depending if the right opportunity was to come along. But we should also look at potential departures at Chelsea, which was the big theme. And I've taken, 3 or 4 minutes into this transfer show to mention those 3 letters, PSR. And I'm not saying Chelsea are in danger of breaching PSR, but every single club will have that just lurking in the background. They want to make sure that they're not scrambling around trying to do deals and really go for it. So I think there could be an opportunity, if the right offers were to come to Chelsea, for a few of their players to be allowed to leave. I think they would listen to offers for the likes of Ben Chilwell, for Carney Chukwuemeka and Cesare Cazorla, and I don't think Enzo Maresca has made a secret of that. He's pretty upfront, is Enzo Maresca. When he's asked a question, if Ben Chilwell's been out of a squad, for example, for a few weeks, has he got a future here? Maybe he hasn't. Maybe we have to listen to offers. So I think, while we speak about Marc Guehi, just keep an eye on potential departures at Chelsea as well.
Right, in the last hour we heard that Chelsea want Marc Guehi. What can you tell us, Mark?
Yeah, a player that we were speaking about a huge amount over the course of the summer. We know that Newcastle were very interested in Marc Guehi, the Crystal Palace defender. I lost track as to how many offers were rejected. I think there was about 4 of them in the end. I think the biggest totaled £65 million. Newcastle couldn't get their man. He stayed at Selhurst Park and has been an important figure for them in what has been a really challenging season. But we have some breaking news that you rightly say has been brought to our attention over the course of the last hour or so. Chelsea are interested in signing Marc Guehi. One of the reasons in signing that because of the injury to Wesley Fofana, who's had a torrid time since joining the club at Stamford. He's had a torrid time for Bridge. Really has found game time hard to come by because he hasn't been able to get a consistent run. However, Chelsea are looking at their current squad, they're looking at the defensive injuries, and they see Marc Guehi as someone that potentially could step into the plate. Just 24 years old, significantly, he only has 18 months left on his current Crystal Palace contract. Yeah. So that might be an interesting point when the two clubs do start to communicate. But the key news is, Chelsea interested in Marc Guehi.
Aren't you? A day of frenzied developments and the promise of more deals to surely come. Most of the papers are splashing on the deal that might take Chelsea past £1 billion of spending in a year since Todd Boehly and the Clear Lake capital took charge. Where are we at with this? Because a couple of the papers have different takes, closing in on a deal, and the Times, I think, have gone slightly stronger, David Ornstein. They're saying that deal is now done. Where are we?
Yeah, that's the Tom Roddy report in the Times. We're also reporting on The Athletic and a number of other publications as well that an agreement has been reached to move to Stamford Bridge 21-year-old star of England's Euros under-21 campaign. The last I heard, he was expected to undergo a medical tomorrow morning. A fee, as I was told, around £40 to £45 million.